What's up and welcome everybody. This is Josh Schoenly, co-founder of Client Alchemist and Pipeline Pages, and I want to walk you through, I'm going to actually sketch out on this whiteboard for you how our pro members consistently get exponentially better results, i.e. clients, using social media and email. And by exponentially better, what do I mean? I'm talking about better than the average, right? You've probably seen it before as reported by, maybe NAR or other realtor-specific publications that the average internet lead conversion rate is, between 1% and 2%. Well, our members consistently get exponentially better. What does that mean? It means they consistently get 5 to 10% and even greater, quote-unquote, conversion of internet leads. And here's how they do it, okay? Number one, it starts with the audience that they select, okay? And it starts with being really, really clear on who it is that is your ideal real estate client, right? Who do you want to do business with? Where do you want to list homes? In what neighborhood? In what zip code? In what city? Right? Now, here's something that trips a lot of people up. And you should grab a pen and paper if you haven't already done so. There's going to be several things you're going to want to write down. And here's the first one, is that when you try to go broad or brand, you're going to go broke, okay? Broad or brand equals broke. If you go narrow or niche, whatever, it equals rich, right? And I'm not just talking about financial riches, although that will come too. There are lots of things. When you do this, when you go narrow or niche down, you can actually make a bigger difference. You can provide better service, right? So it's not just about being able to make more money, although that will happen. There are other things here too, okay? So the idea here is that you want to get really specific on who your ideal audience is, and then the next step in the equation is the offers, okay, that we put in front of this audience. Now, what we do, we use a platform that we've created called Pipeline Pages, and we put offers in front of our audiences. This is one way that we do it using Pipeline Pages, is we put offers in front of them that would be of interest to them, okay? Not the traditional stuff, not the old school sort of IDX from the late 90s and early 2000s, not that kind of stuff that they will find interesting and valuable to them, right? Things like our Just Sold Seller campaign, which is working tremendously for so many of our pro clients. And for example, I was talking with one of our clients the other day who just from just over 20 leads using our Just Sold Seller campaign, it was already in conversation, real conversation with 4 of them, had 2 face-to-face appointments, and 8 more of them was in engaged email conversation with them, right? So it's about identifying the offer, then putting it right in front of the right audience so that we can build and connect with the audience that we're trying to connect with, right? And we do that first by email, okay? First by email. Now, one of the other things that we do, which is sort of one of our proprietary processes, as part of what we call the Client Alchemist way, is when someone connects with us, we're going to immediately take them to a survey or application, and what we're finding is that when we do that, 25 to 40% of people are going to fill this out. Now, why is that important? Well, these people are self-selecting. They're raising their hands and saying, I'm more motivated, I'm more ready, willing, and able to do business now. Let's face it. These numbers are changing all the time, but typically when someone starts the process of thinking about buying or selling, they're generally speaking 3 to 6 to 9 months away from actually doing a transaction. Now, some people are ready, willing, and able to do business with you right now, and this will help you sift those out while also building a pipeline of future business, a pipeline of business for next month, and for 3 months from now, and for 6 months from now, and for 9 months from now, and for a year from now, right? The difference is that we are not only focusing on the ones ready, willing, and able to do business now. We're creating a process so that they can raise their hand and so that we can connect with them and get into a conversation with them. But we're also building a pipeline for the future. Okay, so we've got an offer, we've got the audience, we're building our connections. Okay, with people, okay? We're connecting with people, and we're going to do that via email, or when they provide more information, like a cell phone number, we're going to do that by text, right? So we do that by email and by text, and we're going to get into conversation with them by using very strategic and specific types of email and text messages that focus on conversations versus conversions. Now, I know I said conversions several times in this video. At Client Alchemist, we kind of use conversions. That's kind of like a 4-letter word for us, because when you focus on conversions, what you're really doing is focusing on selling. And people don't like to be sold, but they love to be served. When you focus on conversations, what you're really doing is focusing on having the opportunity to serve them. Okay, so we do this here through email sequencing, through text message sequencing, okay, and by focusing on putting our attention on serving and focusing on conversations, and in doing so we are able to attract people to us. We attract people to us versus us having to chase them and to beg them to do business with us. And when you do this right, like our members, like people like Mike Kemper and Kurt Nowaski and Brent Dildine, and the list goes on and on. Scott Henninger, Paul Holland, Dutch Rebenbauer, Sandy Rogers. I mean, on and on and on. We've got case study after case study after case study. Rob DeLissi, of people who, when they embrace this process, this way of doing things, what we call the Client Alchemist way, they are attracting people to them. They don't have to chase and beg after people. They don't have to buy leads from lead vendors. They don't have to spend their mornings or their afternoons or, gosh, heaven forbid, their evenings cold calling, prospecting, or door knocking, or using door hangers. None of that stuff. They leverage social media. Primarily Facebook, but also YouTube and some other platforms. They utilize technology to create massive leverage, and they create systems and pipelines to funnel business to them. Okay, and not just any business that they are excited to work with, clients that they are excited to work with. Now, the last major things that our successful folks do differently, this is going to seem like a simple thing, but I promise you it is not, is every person that connects with them, they treat and view as a real live person, because they are, right? I think too often we look at leads either that we buy in some way or are shared with us in whatever case. We look at them as just another number, and we focus on how can we convert them, right? If you follow our process and you focus on connecting and conversing with people, and look at every single person who connects with you using our Pipeline Pages platform and the process that we help you with, through our action plans and with our office hours and our support and our community, if you do that, that's when business gets easy. It's when it gets fun. It's when people will start emailing you, calling you, texting you, asking you, how they can do business with you. You'll get emails and calls and texts with people saying, "Hey, I need to sell my home. And you're the person I want to help me with that." Now, when you get those kinds of communications, those calls, those emails, those texts, do you really have to go and do a formal presentation? Absolutely not. They're already sold on you being the professional of choice, because you have positioned yourself and you have demonstrated that you are a servant, not a salesperson. Now, if this is making sense, but maybe you need to fill in the dots, connect the dots a little bit, here's what I would recommend you do. Somewhere with this video, there is a link to take a free 14-day test drive, a free 14-day trial with Client Alchemist Pro. And with Client Alchemist Pro, we provide you with the knowledge, okay, the tools, the support, and the community. Everything you need to get these exponentially greater results, like all of our pro members are currently doing all throughout North America. You can try it absolutely free for 14 days. Free for 14 days. And we have no long-term commitments, no long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. You can cancel with the click of your mouse. You can cancel by sending an email. You can cancel by calling, whatever the case may be. I would highly recommend that you check out that trial, take advantage of it, see if it makes sense for you. It makes sense for hundreds of folks right now, hundreds of pro members throughout North America, and I think it'll make sense for you. So if this is making sense, if you want those kind of results, if you want to be able to position yourself, leveraging social media, leveraging email in a way that you can attract your ideal client, and you want our help with that, then we would love to work with you. So check out the free trial, get started right now, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the inside.